Hello everyone, this is the Lion Ben C, and welcome to Rumble Roses. We are going to be playing as Sergeant Clemet, and while we are doing this, do I have a story for you guys? This is going to be a little bit of Uncle Ben's story time. And yes, I can use that because my name actually is Ben, and I do have nephews. In fact, when my nephews were born, my dad, as a joke, sent me a 10-pound bag of Uncle Ben's rice to let me know that I was an uncle for the first time.
Here I go.
Anyway, I got permission from Ashton Henry to talk about this because that was a big part of what happened. So, what happened was, this all started on Super Bowl Sunday. And Ashton was Ashton has been doing a CPU tournament for this game, where he is saying, like, he's having the computer try and see who is the best in this game. So, a gentleman who I will not say the name of the person who did this, basically asked him a couple questions, then asked to fight in the game, in Rumble Roses Double X. Ashton said yeah, and when they went, Ashton played as his favorite character, and beat the guy. And this dude flipped out and started calling Ashton a hacker. Now, if you know anything about how Xbox Live works, if you try to cuss out somebody in Xbox Live, it will asterisk out your stuff. You're not allowed to cuss. Unless you've like gone in and changed settings to say that you will accept cuss words. And so he claimed that Ashton was hacking, was a spammer, and all this other stuff. Ashton basically told the guy, you know, hey, knock it off. And then he put up a video basically showing that this guy was a ass. You know, like you do. And when he put up the thing to show that this guy was an ass, it was on his actual channel. Ashton finally did a voice reveal when he did it. And but then the guy just starts blowing up Ashton's channel. And so Ashton on his YouTube channel put up a thing basically showing all this guy's text string of him cussing him out and stuff like that, and Ashton, you know, not reacting to it. And the guy told Ashton, basically went onto Ashton's YouTube channel and started just rapid spamming him. How you doing, Ashton? I'm telling the story right now as I'm playing, so he starts harassing Ashton, and like on Ashton's channel on this video, he started like 4 or 5 comment threads. And while and I got on there and I told Ash, like the things he was saying was like he was gonna sue or he already had filed the lawsuit. He was taking Ashton to court, that he'd see Ashton in jail. That you know, that Ashton was defaming his character. He was making false statements. And so what I told Ashton was, hey, you haven't done any of that stuff. You're okay. This guy is just trying to, you know, get one over on you. He's trying to intimidate you. Don't worry about it. And then I told him, you know, if you actually had a lawyer, any good lawyer would tell you don't contact the person you're attempting to have a lawsuit with. You know, because that's how that works. We're going to be running away from her for a little bit, just to... DDT! And this guy, and Ashton went onto my my video that I had put up that day, which would be Evil Woman, so you can go see this, and basically said, hey man, thanks for having my back. You know, I'm glad this is nothing. I am not getting anything done with her. And then what he said was, you know, and we talked for a little bit. Well, I went to bed. The next day when I woke up, I put up Sister A's Ascension, and this is the video if you want to see all this stuff you really want to go to, because this video, oh my lord. Ashton left me a comment on that video saying, hey, I had to private my video because of this guy's harassment, because he was not leaving me alone. And I told him, hey, he got his lawyers from Wikipedia, it's all good, and this started it. Good lord. And this was the beginning of everything. This dude, and once again, I'm not going to put out what his name is. You can go see it if you really want to. Gets on there and says, I'm documenting everything. My lawyers are going to get to this. And I was like, cool. Have your lawyers contact me. oh, you're defaming me and making false statements. It's not defamation to use what you actually say against you, but, you know, by all means, have your lawyers get in contact with me. My lawyers will deal with it. This will cost me about $600 to get rid of. Oh, I'm going to see you in court. Okay, fine, whatever. See me in court. But, you know, there's no... and just on and on, saying the cease and desist talking about this, which, you know, doesn't mean anything. And finally, at one point, I get kind of fed up with it, and this is going on for like 3 or 4 hours. I'm also finding this hilarious, as is my wife. My wife is reading all the comments and thinks this is just one of the funniest things ever. So finally, I put up a message and I tell this guy, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but it's basically this: I will drop this whole thing if you don't comment on my video again. Just leave my comments, leave me alone, and we both dropped it. If not, if you say another thing, I will get into the, I will bring this up on Friday and just show what a clown you are. And they responded, and they had been asking me to cease and desist, to stop commenting about this. So I'm giving them a chance to just be like, okay, you know what, we're good. No more comments need to be done. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about with the BS that is Noble Rose. Because when you have her, you can't do half this stuff. Anyway. So, I tell him, you know, if you leave me alone, this will be the end of it. If not, then, you know, I'm going to tell everybody what's going on Friday. I'm going to make you look like a clown. And trust me, that's coming when I'm going to explain, like, well, how every one of his things doesn't work. But really? You can't hit when they're that close? Anyway, so he says, no, why should I stop commenting just because you're scared? Which, you know, obviously I'm not. Or because you feel threatened. It's one of the two. You know, obviously that's not what was going on. So what I told him was, you know, okay, if this is how you want to play, cool, I'm going to tell everybody about this. We're going to talk about it this Friday. And he's like, oh, if you do that, I'll see you in court. Fine, have your lawyers call my lawyers. Which is like literally what I said every time he threatened me with any kind of legal action. Like, okay, bring it. I will happily go to court. And I'll explain exactly what would happen if we went to court. So anyway, he kept going for a while. And then it just ended for the day. I figured, okay. Oh, one of the other things is, at one point he claimed he was a U.S. citizen, and then at another point said he was in Tokyo. And that there were plenty of lawyers in Tokyo who were willing to take this case. All right. So the next day, all of a sudden, I get 3 comments on Sister A's Ascension. One that I had been on the big thread that we were going on, and then 2 that start at new threads. So on the one that, and they're all from the same person, I once again will not use this person's name in this, but you can go to Sister A's Ascension and go read it. The first one that's on the long thread is, I've turned this all over to the local authority. You're going to get arrested for this mental harassment you're doing on my friend. Then one that was, I have your personal email address and your IP, and I've already given it to the local authorities. And then the other one was just, have a nice day. So what I told him is that, hey, if you actually do have on the one about having my private email address, my personal email address, I said, okay, send me an email. If you really have it, send me an email. You know, but on the one where he said, I've called the local authorities, I said, okay, that's cool. You know, thank you for the engagement. And he's like, what engagement? And I'm like, well, you're adding comments and views to this video. You know, this helps my engagement. It helps my channel grow. On the one about having my email, he's like, I don't have to do that. You've already acknowledged this. That's all that I need you to do. Which, you know, not how that works, but okay. And now, I believe wholeheartedly that this was the same person as before. That he just switched to another thing. He typed very much the same. You know, his comments were all structured the same way, the same misspellings, everything like that. So, once again, he threatens, he's like, oh, I'm going to take you to court. Okay. My lawyers will be happy to see you. And he's like, oh, you don't have any lawyers. And I'm like, well, you can test that if you want. You know, if you really think I got no lawyers, you feel free to take me to court. You know. But then he just they kept saying the same things over and over again, and then started insulting me, insulting my weight. Another person got on there and basically said, hey, you know, for somebody who claimed that you've gotten law enforcement involved, why don't you just let law enforcement do their thing? So, sounding like a neutral party, maybe on the side of the person claiming they're harassed. And instead of taking that, this dude flips out on him saying, oh, another third party getting involved. Well, I'll add you to the list. Thanks for leaving your picture on your profile.
Bring it on.
So that person was a friend of Ashton's who was just saying, like, if you've really done this, leave it alone. And the dude, this guy just starts going off on him. He likes to bring up, oh, you know, like he brings up the fact that I have a wife because I've mentioned I have a wife on the channel many times. So he'll be like, oh, you're acting like this and you have a wife. And he talked to this guy. And he was like, you know, you're adding yourself in here. You know, I'll add you to the lawsuit. And finally, the guy, you know, and I said, what happened was the dude lost to a 16-year-old in a game, because Ashton's 16. He said that himself on the video that he originally posted. So I'm not giving out anything that Ashton himself has not given out. But, ooh, brainbuster. Anyway, he, and that I defended him because, you know, he was making threats to Ashton. I was trying to let Ashton know, hey, it's okay. These threats are BS. You know, that's what I was trying to do. And this guy just keeps going after the third party who was kind of neutral in all this. Saying like, oh, you're getting involved. I'm going to see you in this. You know, yelling at me. You're not Ashton's guardian or anything. You have no say. And no, it's, any adult can see somebody getting bullied and go, hey, knock that off. And, so finally the guy's like, okay, what do I got to do to have you leave me alone? And he's like, oh, just stay out of it. And so the guy goes, okay, cool, I'm out. And so the harasser stops commenting on him, and that's what it lets me realize that he didn't care about the ethics of what he was doing or anything like that. All he cared about is that he got the win. He wanted the win on the fight. That's why he wouldn't take it when I said, hey, knock this off, because I was the one setting the conditions, you know, and that was bad. So this was Tuesday night at this point, and I just stopped talking to the guy. I took away I just stopped. And that next morning, Ashton sent me a message and said like, hey, just, you probably got to block this guy. You know, he's not going to stop. And I said, well, if you notice, I haven't responded to him about anything anymore, because that's, you know, I'm not going to give him the attention. Within 2 minutes of me putting that up, the harasser literally put up 3 new messages. One saying that I need a Special Olympics medal, saying that I'm butthurt and a man-child, you know, and I find all these hilarious. So, and I told the second person who, like I said, I still believe the second harasser is also the first harasser. But I told him, you know, if you keep this up, you're going to be on this Friday one too. And he's like, all right, Mr. Lion, my lawyers I'll give you a lawsuit if you do this. To which I answered him, you know, my lawyers are standing by. So, so here's all the stuff. Now, they haven't said anything since Wednesday because I've stopped doing that. Although they have been sending messages to Ashton on that thread saying like, claiming that Ashton has a voice recording of the first guy, which he doesn't. That he can clearly hear it in Ashton's Rumble Roses videos. Except for like anybody who has done anything with Ashton knows that he doesn't voice record. And correct me if I'm wrong, Ashton, but yeah, all your other videos, you do not have a voice record on it. You know, it wasn't until Sunday you even let anybody hear your voice for the first time. So, and you can see where they edit it, where they said something, they said something probably really wrong, and then they went back and edited it to change it. But now I'm going to explain, for those who want to hear it and care, why all their claims are BS. So let's go off the first one. Defamation and false statements. They love throwing this one around. Hold on, I've got to get a drink real fast. Okay. Using your own statements against you is not defamation or false statements. I.e., if someone says something racist and you go, you said something racist here, that is not defamation and it is not false statements. It is stating a fact.
Here goes. Roses on your marks. Fight!
Hold on, Ashton. I'll read what you said here in a second. So Ashton said, I made a post yesterday, and it turns out his voice was in the video, but I normally record without volume. I don't know how he was able to do that. Well, if he has his mic on, then he can do that. Lacking volume just means you didn't hear it. But if his own microphone was on, then yes, he would do that. Just like I could turn off the volume on this game, but because my mic is plugged in and on, I would still have voice on this video. So anyway, but yeah, so that's defamation and false statements taken away. Yeah, but if was he playing with you? Like, I understand what you're saying, but was he playing with you? Yeah, if he has recordings, unless you are not recording directly from the Xbox, if you're recording off your TV, then I don't know how he did it. But if you are recording from Xbox, all that matters is he has his volume up. Though why you played with this guy again after all this, I don't know. Oh, he played with you twice, and you have the recording? Well, I'm gonna lose. Yeah, Rico got me. Anyway. So you can prove to him that you weren't hacking. You don't need to do that. That he literally played you. And I'm sorry to hear that. Because you basically fell into his trap. But we'll get to that. Yeah, when somebody's doing stuff like this, don't interact with him. Let him accuse you of hacking. You know the truth. You know you're not hacking. So, you know, let him get his rocks off thinking that he's done something. Another one that he liked to throw around, he claims slander a lot of times. In fact, he claimed he reported me for slander. Here's some fun stuff. In the legal world, to prove slander, you have to prove two things.
From
The
USA,
first thing you have to prove, you have to, the first thing you do is you have to prove that I knew the statement was false. Just like, say, I'm talking about Dr. Ben Carson, but I go, man, he's an idiot. That's technically something you could prove that I know is false, because being a neurosurgeon, you know, is something that's hard to do. But, so you could technically do that and prove it that way. But the next thing you have to prove is that malicious intent. That I made a false statement that I knew was false, and I did it purely to harm you. Making a criticism or comment does not fall under that. So if I call you a clown or an idiot, it is not considered malicious. God bless it. I'm just having no fun today. I'm gonna freaking lose. So yeah, it is not hacking, or excuse me, it is not slander if I call you a clown or anything like that. That is not how that works. Now, the other stuff, harassment. Well, harassment's going to be really hard to prove because you came to me. He's on my channel, I'm not on his. I never said his name before before he started commenting on my stuff, and I'm not saying his name here. But yeah. So I would not be surprised, Ashton, if he literally re-challenged you so you would fight him to make sure you got a recording of his voice. So then he can say, oh, I told you to take that down. It's a load of BS, but yeah. So that is the stuff I have been going through for the past few weeks, or the past few days, excuse me, not weeks, past few days, dealing with this guy. I'm not suggesting anybody say or do anything to this guy. Leave him alone. But you're also grown adults. At the end of the day, you make your own decisions. No, you're not really screwed. You're not screwed at all. In all honesty. He did something to make sure that his voice was in there, but here's the really fun thing. He agreed to stream with you, knowing you were streaming. And correct me if I'm wrong. Did he know you were going to stream it? That's all. That's the first question I have for you, Ashton. Did he know you were gonna stream? Okay, so he didn't know you were going to stream. So what you can do is you can remove those videos. You know, if you want. Technically, you don't have to. You would be in a better position if you had told him, hey, I'm streaming. Because then he can't complain about it because you voice recording him would have been a logical thought that was going to happen. But you're not screwed. Those videos aren't a part of like your CPU tournament, are they? Hang on, you wrote a little bit much there. I have to wait a second to read it. God bless it. I keep trying to do the reverse punches, and my reverse strike is just not working today. My timing is off. But mind you, he was recording me too. He said so in the first two videos. Okay. Has he posted those videos anywhere? See, it also matters what state you live in, because certain states are single consent states. And if you live in a single consent state, it actually doesn't matter if you record his voice. It doesn't at all. Because single consent states basically say one person in the video or in the recording has to consent to it. So if you're in a single consent state and you said, yes, I consent to recording, and his voice just happened to be there, tough shit. If he was recording, though, and he posted anywhere, then you can claim the same things he is trying to. No, he's trying to blackmail you, dude. No. Okay, for all those who don't know, I'm putting this out right here. According to him, this gentleman is blackmailing Ashton Henry, saying if you don't play me, I'm gonna report you for what? Let me guess. Copyright? Is he trying to say that it's gonna be a copyright violation? For hacking and spamming. Okay, spamming is not a punishment. And for hacking, what proof does he have you hacked? That would be my question. What proof do you have that I hacked? Yeah, you can't punish anybody for spamming, because if you could, there would be a lot less people playing Mortal Kombat. Have you seen how some people play Jackie Briggs? Or Injustice. In Injustice 2, there are people who will pick Deadshot, and literally their entire game plan is just to constantly do his gunshots. Well, the reason I was bringing up is Jackie Briggs is somebody who a lot of new players will play Jackie and will literally just do the same like 3 or 4 combos. And so it's a lot of spamming. Spamming is not a reason to report anybody. You cannot report them for spamming. You can report them for message spamming. You can report them for stuff like that, but not spamming, physically spamming in the video game. But the other one was hacking. Well, what is he claiming is you hacked? How is he claiming you hacked? Like, is he saying, "Oh, you hacked because you won"? Is that his claim? Because that's not a good claim. He would need something that proves hacking. You know, everybody thinks, "Oh, if I just accuse people, this is what's going to happen." It really doesn't work that way. It really doesn't.
Roses, on your marks. Fight! All will go according to the script.
Yeah, but, I mean, after everything that happened, man, I don't even know why you started talking to this guy again. After all that BS. But yeah, what he would need to do is he would need to be able to prove hacking. Like, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, we'll prove hacking by them using a forbidden card in a deck. When we have the list up to where you can't use any of them. In a fighting game, it's normally by somebody's health not going down when it should. Like, you're landing hits and their health isn't going down. Or you're landing hits and your bar isn't raising. Then you can say, "Oh, this is hacking." But just, he beat me, and I think I'm better than him, so he must have hacked, is not evidence. Now, if you don't want to worry about it, you can always just delete those videos. You know, just delete them, call it a day. Never have to deal with them again. Or you can keep them up and just deal with him trying to report you as spamming. But I don't believe it'll stick because, you know, I don't think you're spamming. And if this guy gets butthurt over me doing this and telling the story about this, by all means, he is more than welcome to come after me. If he thinks he can do a lawsuit, what's going to happen is he will write up a brief. He'll probably do it himself. Because I don't think he's got a lawyer, or he'll get a lawyer. Because there are lawyers who will take any case just because they're trying to get your money. But he will put up a case and will say, "Oh, well, you know, the Lion Bensi, you know, slandered me and did defamation," and then my lawyers will get it. Once I'm served with it, my lawyers will get it. My lawyers will look over his evidence, because you can't just make claims. You can't just say in a court of law, oh, he was doing this. You have to provide evidence to your claim. You have to you have to put like what your evidence is in your briefing. Now, you don't have to lay out all your evidence, but you have to lay out your major stuff. What leads you to bring the stuff you did.
Too late.
So he'll do that. My lawyer will see it. We'll see how weak it is, which will probably be very weak. We will take it to the judge, and we will demand that the judge does what's called a summary judgment. That basically we're saying his evidence is so weak, his proof is so garbage, it would be a waste of the court's time to do this. So, rule now.
Sergeant Clemet!
Now, like I said, if you're really worried about your accounts being banned, just delete those videos. Just remove them from their thing, remove them from Twitch. You can do both. And then he can't, even if he goes, well, he had this on there. Well, he doesn't have any more. He got rid of it. You asked to get rid of it. It is now gotten rid of. And then don't interact with this gentleman again. Just leave him alone. Because if you delete his stuff and you delete it and you say, I'm done, I don't want to have him a part of this anymore or anything like that, I'm done, and he comes after you, that's harassment. Now you have ways to go after him. But yeah, delete the videos, delete it off your YouTube, delete it off your thing, go onto your Xbox and block him.
On your marks. Fight!
But yeah, that it was foolish of you to see, and you being afraid of your accounts being banned is why he's going after you. He's hoping to use that fear as a way to make sure you do what he wants. And what he honestly wants is he wants you to say, you know, that you're a spammer and that you couldn't beat him without cheating. You know, that's what he wants you to do. Because he is so pathetic. I mean, you explained exactly how he did it. Man. But yeah. Let's see what else. But yeah, just leave him alone. Don't worry about him anymore. And if this guy wants to come after me, he knows where I am. Side of the tree of woe? Nope. Superplex. Oh my god, that would hurt so bad. How are you immediately kicking out from that? In real life, you would be on the ground going like, what just happened to me? Yeah, see, if he's coming after you and you've deleted what he asked you to delete, now he is harassing you. Now you start reporting him. Anytime he contacts you, you report him for bullying and harassment. If you went through and you were like, hey, listen, you know what, you're right, I shouldn't have gotten that voice recording of you, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day and, you know, back off, and he keeps coming after you, no, that is him doing wrong. Oh, he's saying that his voice is on the exposed video?
Sergeant Clemet!
I got enough time for 1 or 2 more matches. Yeah, if you're just joining us, you have missed an epic, and now I'm trying to help Ashton with some problems. You'll be able to listen to all this later to see what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, I know he was commenting crazy on your expose. I even mentioned it was one of the reasons that I started commenting in the first place, because of him doing that stuff. To let you know, like, you know, you're okay. It is not, it is not wrong to show that somebody is being an asshole. There's actually nothing wrong with that.
Here goes. Roses, on your marks. Round 1, fight!
Is it sad to say that he reminds me of a stalker I used to have? I've never gotten a killer move reversal to work. Oh, a freaking Steiner line. Or actually, that was a close line from hell. Oh, that was bull. That was bull. She go gadget legged herself. That's the only way she would have hit that. Doing the same damn thing.
I'm not done yet.
Yes, you are.
KO!
Yeah, what to do is just stay calm. Understand that you exposing somebody for being a dick is nothing that you can actually get in trouble for. But don't talk to them afterwards, you know. Alright, I'm going to stop this video here. I will be right back in a minute or two, and we will go on to our second hour of Rumble Roses.